Hello there! Welcome to how to back up your Darkest Dungeon game and save games with me, your host Tim. This is in relation to LUNM, the Lotaeri's uncleverly named mod for Darkest Dungeon. I figured it would be handy to show you guys how to back up your existing Darkest Dungeon game before you install any mod, and in particular, your save games, just in case something goes wrong. Installing a mod that does not work properly could cause your game to not launch, to have glitches or bugs within it, and corrupt your save estate so it becomes unplayable or severely hinders your game progress. I highly recommend you back up your existing game files and your save game before you install any mod whatsoever. Now this is pretty easy to do, and we're going to cover it right here. It should only take a few minutes. On that note, know that I have the game on Steam. I do not own it on GOG, or I did not purchase it through GOG, and nor have I purchased it through any other process. As such, this might not relate directly to where your folders are located, and I will show you how to find it on Steam, but the idea of backing up the game will be the same, no matter how you purchased it. So, to find the game in Steam so that we can back up a copy of it, double-click on Steam, find the game in your library, then right-click on it and go to Properties. From here, if you click the Local Files tab, you can click on Browse Local Files for the game you have selected. This will bring us to where Steam has installed Darkest Dungeon on your system. To back up Darkest Dungeon, I'm going to go up a directory here by clicking on Common in this case. I'm going to then copy the Darkest Dungeon folder altogether, and then all I need to do is paste it somewhere. I don't know. Let's paste it here. And done. I've now backed up Darkest Dungeon. If something should go wrong with the mod install, I will no longer need to re-download Darkest Dungeon and or delete it. I can just copy this copy that I just made right here and paste it over the Darkest Dungeon install on Steam by going back up a directory and doing this. Select Copy Replace All and say yes to everything. And, should you have needed it, now you will have uninstalled the mod entirely from your game, restoring the game back to your original version, the version that you made the copy of. Pretty simple, that's all there is to it. This has saved me many hours of agonizing headaches while working on the mod itself, since I've managed to destroy the game several times in the process. To find your save games, you will need to look for a folder on Steam. Now, if you don't have the Steam version, I do not know where these will be located. The Steam version is in a folder called 262060. In my case, I can see my user data up here as to where it's put it. So, search for that folder, and you will find this information. This consists of your save game data. It's not part of your normal Darkest Dungeon install, or it will be located somewhere else, assuming you have the Steam version. To make a copy of this, just copy these directories, and as with Darkest Dungeon, place them somewhere. Let's make a new folder out here. There. I now have a copy of my save game. If something goes wrong in the mod, and I lose progress, let's say that my characters are stripped of all their quirks because something didn't work properly, or the skills suddenly don't do anything, I can now restore this saved copy by copying these files, going back into the Steam 262060, and pasting them over the existing estate information. And now my estate is now restored, back to the way it was. This is also effectively how you would save scum in the game. You could always decide to back up your existing save game, do an adventure, and if things don't go to your liking, restore it. With great power comes the temptation to use it, so there you have it. Keep in mind that you will want to probably back up your save game occasionally, just in case other versions of the mod come out. You definitely want to make sure that you save your game before you download every new version of it, just in case something goes horrifically wrong. That's all there is to it. That's all there is to backing up your save games and your Darkest Dungeon game itself. Okay, I'll see you in the next video in the list, which will be how to install LUNM itself.